Hey, what's going on? This is a special edition of the reporter vlog on a Saturday. Um, on a Saturday, on a Saturday, January 25th, 2025. Um, guess you can put this story on the Donald Trump files, like that old show, the X Files, the Donald Trump files. This edition of Donald Trump has struck again. I swear, he's more lethal than ever. Uh, that's whew, man. But this is what happens when you leave the door open as a country, and they can walk in, and he's in now. But let me read this story. Give us a situation of safety net. All right, now we're ready to go. Always turn off your Bluetooth before you do anything. Okay, this is a story from Reuters or Routers or whatever. Or this will be like it's Reuters. um, let's say Reuters, in other words. But this story from Reuters from 3 hours ago. Um, don't get the publisher on this one, but I do get the publication on this one. But yeah, let's get right into it. U.S. refugee group funding suspended on the Trump aid pause. Um, Washington. Yes, United States Department this week suspended funding to groups that assisted refugees with housing, job placement, and other needs as part of a broad pause on aid. A letter reviewed by the Reuters show. There's a lot to say in the per paragraph, but one word, well, but that's what I guess. Let's not say in this first paragraph. Let's read that again. The United States Department this week suspended funding to groups that assist refugees. Assist refugees, for groups that help out refugees. Refugees that have lived or are trying to get away from war-torn countries, broken down countries, countries that the rich will not set foot in, the countries that the rich pretend to care about. Let's put it like that. Um, but let's put it like that. What the letter dated Friday said the agencies must stop all work related to the pause of federal grants and cancel as many outstanding obligations as possible. President Trump halted the resettlement of refugees from overseas indefinitely as part of a broad immigration crackdown after taking office on Monday, calling for a review in 3 months to determine whether the program sufficiently benefits Americans. Let's read that half of that paragraph again. The letter dated Friday said the agency must stop all work related to the pause federal to the pause federal grants and cancel as many outstanding obligations as possible. Donald Trump, halted the resettlement of refugees from overseas indefinitely as part of a broad immigration crackdown after taking office on Monday, calling for a review 3 months to determine whether the program sufficiently benefits Americans. Uh, dude. It ain't about the Americans. It's about the immigrations. I know. This is the embodiment of selfishness. This is the embodiment of that me, myself, and I attitude. Programs that help immigrations. So he's going to stop the funding for them program to see if it benefits Americans. It's not about you. It's not about the Americans. It's about the immigrations. It's about the people that trying to escape them third world countries. And he was voted in office because she tell us what reason is he there? Again, what reason is he there? His whole story uh, to let you know what he's all about. Richly benefits Americans. Trump also ordered a 90-day pause in foreign development assistance, a move that could affect humanitarian efforts around the world, including Afghanistan, where relief operations are already stretched thin. In other words, make it worse. Wow. Wow. See, that's what I'm. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Don't go over there and pretending like you care, and doing just enough to get by, aka the Puerto Rico incident, where he threw bounty toilet paper and flashlights at the people that were in need. See, these all this a Hollywood show. It's all this a Hollywood show. Shoot, man, that second paragraph it sums it up. It's dripping with selfishness. The order freezing funding for the U.S. refugee groups could make it harder for refugees already in the U.S. to keep their housing, find jobs, and adapt to the U.S. life. Three people familiar with the move said groups were still reviewing the impact of the suspension. They said John Slocum, executive director of Refugee Council USA, a coalition of aid groups, called the funding freeze unfathomably cruel. You better believe it. And urged Trump to reverse course. CNN reported the funding pause. The State Department did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Outgoing President Joe Biden ramped up refugee emissions during his tenure, accepting 100,000 in fiscal year 2024 on pace for more this year. Another 1,000 refugees abroad had been fully vetted and ready to travel to the U.S. as mid-January, a senior Biden administration official told Reuters last week. Trump abrupt refugee halt led to cancellations of all scheduled refugee arrivals, including 1,660 Afghans, some of whom were family members of the U.S. military personnel. Wow. In other words, people's wives, people's sons, people's daughters. Hmm. Trying to get over to see them. It makes sense. This makes sense because hmm, family members of U.S. military personnel. Whew. That's gonna do it for this one. As you say, put this on the cruelty and the sickness of this of you know who. That's all I gotta say. Um, and he's just in another world. He done wrapped it up. He's a lot different than he was in 8 years ago, and he's making up for lost time this time in a bad way, bad way. He can't make he just can't justify this cruelty that's played out in front of the world. Can't justify it. Unless you're a MAGA supporter, unless you in his, unless you're pretty much part of the fan base, you gonna live in a you're gonna justify it. You're gonna live in that delusion while everybody else sees the truth. You're gonna live in that delusion because you don't want to hurt his. You don't want the truth to reveal who he really is. And it remind you of all the time you wasted cheering for this this you well so called this so called good president. Let's put it like it, put it lightly. But yeah, this is a great. He didn't get more crueler. Like they said in this like they said in this story, he got more crueler. Freeze the the money to the agencies that help out refugees. And it helps Americans how? Why you worry about freezing agencies that try to help? And that's why you cannot depend on this leader. Cannot depend on him. Cannot depend on him because he's all about himself. That's an understatement. It's an understatement. He has no conscience, no conviction as well. Even more this time. He has no conscience or no conviction. But hopefully, by the grace of God, God puts a stumbling block in his way or changes his mind. God said it's a joke. It really is. Here you got refugee groups helping other people out, and now and just because he can, and which is the corruption of power, just because he can, he's making it hard for them groups to help the refugees out. And then and it's pointless altogether. And that's how it would always be pointless. You don't care nothing about Americans. You just care about. So you might as well quit lying to yourself and quit lying to your fan base, even though they'll believe anything you say. But quit lying to yourself, quit lying to your fan base. All you care about is that face that you look in the mirror in the morning. That's all I got for this one. On this special edition of the Reporter Vlog on a Saturday. Y'all have a good one. This is another episode of the Reporter Vlog for January 25th, 2025. I'm gone.